YouTube.com/Tim Westwood TV.
Yo, it's Tim Westwood TV up at Capital XTRA. Princess Nokia, leave me hanging, girlfriend. Nice to see you. Thanks so much for coming through, girl.
Thank you.
Really appreciate it. And it's not like you've been in London many times. This is like a real spiritual home for you.
Yes, it is.
Especially for your music. Like you have been embraced by the UK crowd, and we salute you for that.
Thank you very much so. It's always been a home here for me.
No, it's a great moment. So, grew up in New York, East Harlem. A pretty real place, East Harlem.
Yeah.
Like notorious.
Have you ever been there?
Several times. I used to have I knew some DJs. I used to go
You
out
have a
and see them.
girlfriend there.
I wish.
I know you did.
No, I wish.
know you did.
Oh, no, I've been looking for a shorty out of East Harlem for a long time, especially a Puerto Rican one. Oh, my days. I did not know sugar honey iced tea was shit.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
It's a thing they say in the South, or what a lot of people back in the day used to say. Instead
I
of
have
saying,
heard that. No, I've heard the expression sugar honey iced tea, but I didn't know it meant shit.
You say it around children
Yeah.
when you don't want to curse.
I've seen Shut the Front Door.
Shut the front
There's
door.
one. Do you know-
HE double hockey sticks.
What's that one?
Hell.
Oh, see you next Tuesday. That's the deadly
That's my
one.
favorite
Oh,
one.
my. See you next Tuesday, bitch. that's my favorite one. I use that all the time.
I dropped the big C word on radio many years back on
Might
live.
as well.
Live.
Might as well. Might as well. See you next Tuesday anytime, baby.
Hello, babe.
Yeah, drop that. And it's an offensive word.
I like it.
Me too.
I like it a lot.
And
like
it's one of the few
cursing.
offensive words as a white person I can use. Now, on the subject of that, oh my God, I've always wanted one of those viral moments of which you enjoyed on the train. I've always wanted one of those moments where you'd emerge as a hero in the game. Who was filming? Just something random?
I think the story started quite a little bit before that.
Serious?
Yeah, they have the me throwing in the soup, but there was an entire exchange and confrontation I had with him that was
beginning?
not documented. That is solely just me.
Was he provoking at the beginning?
It was a group of young boys.
Oh,
and
for real?
Yeah, so I'm very protective of children.
Yes.
And they were like 14 years old, and they were coming from basketball
And they were
practice, and they were getting off. And I remember thinking like, oh, how lovely. It's so nice to see young people playing sports and getting out of their house.
Just cool
and I was
stuff.
like, oh, this is so lovely. And they were happily getting off the train.
Living their life.
Living their lives, minding their business. And this really drunken man, he was waiting for the train. And as they were getting off, I could see him yelling at them and calling them names. And they had stopped. And then they were like confused and trying to defend themselves. And he was drunk and like going like this. And then they left. And when he came on the train, the doors
And you just
shut.
wouldn't let it lie.
Well, no, the doors shut. And
yes.
then he said a very, very, very nasty thing. So I instantly
Didn't let
got
it
up.
lie. You've got to stand up.
And
you
I
have got to stand up.
I punched him in the face. And I
Oh,
said,
I would
don't
have
you
loved to see
ever
that.
talk like
Yes.
that.
Yes.
And then he called me a very derogatory word.
Yes.
So then I got him in the face again. And then two beautiful men came to my defense. And they told him that he wasn't, we as a collective, this was not going to happen. And he
Amazing.
needed to leave. And then the whole train,
Yes.
that's what you see.
Empowering.
In the end, the
Yeah.
whole train, all these different walks of life are all telling this man in different facets that we're not going to accept his xenophobia. And then I realized I had some soup, so I threw it on him.
And just a personal question, was it chicken noodle?
No, it was butternut squash.
Oh my God, that probably burnt.
It wasn't that hot. I had been on this. I used to like to write all my rhymes and my poetry on the train. It was this very therapeutic thing for me. And I don't know, it was like eating on the train, I guess.
Yeah, it was amazing.
Yeah.
So you used to write on the train? So you just watch people's lives go past as you were writing?
Yeah, I always have a journal and I always write down things and poetry. And it's a good way to keep my brain cognitive and alive. And
Yeah.
I like to just...
Do you still write a lot of poetry?
I do. I do.
And have you published anything or?
I'm a not self-published author. I am a published writer.
You're right.
Yes, and I have some books coming out in 2020.
Wow. And
But-
what are they about?
One is a spiritual self-help book called Sword of Light.
Okay.
And another one is a photo series book that I've been working on for 5 years.
Oh, wow.
It's taken at the Puerto Rican festival in Harlem,
Right.
which is a place I've been going to since I was a little girl. And I've been photographing it and documenting it every summer. And in 2020, fall of 2020, I will release a very big photo series book called Mi Gente.
Wow.
Yeah, and it's,
so a lot of projects in the work.
well, I have a beautiful album coming out.
Yeah,
In
obviously, and we'll
in
talk about that in a
2020.
minute. But to talk about the spiritual side, so the spiritual book, what sort of things are you dealing with in that?
I write a lot of spiritual, knowledgeable things that I've learned and accumulated from my own personal experiences
What type of things?
with prayer and meditation and self-affirmation and healing for women, which is something that is often found in my country and in my culture. I am Puerto Rican, and we have a very, very passionate, spirited culture that its women carry a lot of power and a lot of strength, and we're able to omit that. And, and we're healers naturally. We come from the Caribbean. We're very primitive indigenous people, and, it's carried over, and it's made me this very, I don't know, I think that I feel like in my generation, my ancestors chose me specifically, as amongst many others like myself, to carry these gifts and these traditions on and this knowledge on. And it's these things that I've written in journals for years that I'm going to share. I think it would help a lot of people.
Sounds an amazing journey.
Yeah, but my album's the most exciting thing for me right now.
Exactly. So let's talk about that project. It's been a minute in the making. So this is your 4th album.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you. And it's really, really the most musically elevated thing I've done in a long time.
Wow.
It's really powerful. It's a studio album with a lot of live instrument, a lot of incredible poetry, great lyrics, great hip-hop soul. It's beautiful.
What sort of subjects are you dealing with?
It's a coming of age, really, more than anything. It's a coming of age from post-adolescence, and it covers everything from heartache, despair, loss, redemption, recovering, healing, finding yourself all over again after you've been torn down and feel like you have nothing. It's very
based on personal experiences?
Yes, but I think that those personal experiences are very universal with the spirit of women all around. And I think it's going to be a very inspirational, if not emotional album. But it's still going to be very fly and very good. Like, it's going to have a lot of different levels that are not too vast, like my other works. I think people are like, what are you about to do on this next one? And I'm like, no, I took it back to the roots. It's a hip-hop soul album, and it's fucking great. I love it.
Well, really looking forward to it, and it really feels like, at this time is what we need.
Thank you. I agreed so. Yeah. I was listening to I remember I was gonna put the album out this year, and then I was like listening to Lauryn Hill's MTV Unplugged, and then I cried the whole time, and it shook me to my core, and I said, I'm not done writing yet. I want to feel like that, and I want to omit those feelings and those truths.
Oh, so you're still adding to the project now?
Yes.
Yeah.
I delayed it. Oh, I didn't delay it. It's up to me. I can do whatever I want with it. I own everything that I do. But, so I was inspired, by an emotional moment of watching one of my favorite rappers just remind me that there's still so much to say and add and God to feel.
Well, sounds amazing, and looking forward to when the project is done.
Thank you.
How many tracks deep so far?
I've got like 25 written,
Okay.
I think, right now.
Yeah.
So it's like, and I'm still adding. I just want to have enough to pull from, because I feel like it's great, and then a week passes, and then I make another great record, and then we all get excited about it, and then it happens again. And then sometimes I make music that has no relevance to that album, which is hard for me, because I love to make all different types of music. And, I love making emo music, but it's non sequitur to this album. So I was like, am I going to do a double album? What am I going to do? I don't know what I'm going to do. Then I was like, am I going to sell these songs? I'm still deciding. But I have other beautiful music I've written. I've made so much music over the last 2 years. It's very powerful.
Where do you normally record?
I usually record in Manhattan or Brooklyn in a studio with my recording team, which is like my producer, my engineer, and we just smoke a lot of weed, and I play Nintendo, and I just have a lot of fun. That's what the best part of my job and with doing Princess Nokia and working on these projects is that I have the most fun doing them. You know, I have this beautiful creative range. My musical companies and partners, they let me be who I am and they respect my process and what I want to do. So I have this healthy, stimulating environment around me I just have fun and I'm just doing my own thing and I'm not caring about what's going on in the outside world, just trying to be a better artist and a better lyricist and a better poet. And I don't know, you know, it's like, it's a vibe. Like I'll invite a jazz band to come and we'll just jam out for 2-3 hours. And I'll make like 10 songs in that one sitting. And they all, I mean, like instruments and it's depth. Terrence Martin called me Joni Mitchell one time. He said that I was very, very spiritual and I had a rock and roll soul and that I was always around poets and jazz musicians and I was always with a zoot in my mouth. And then he was like, that's you. Like, he was like, you go through different worlds and you know how to be interchangeable and you're with all these influential musical men that are like nerdy and like musical, like jazz and all of this. And I was like, you're right. And I have this beautiful world of, it's small, but it's mine and it's ours. And we just make good work, you know, we have fun with it. And my brothers like Tony Seltzer and my engineer Josh, they're great people. And we just have a good time.
So it sounds blessed.
Yeah.
It really sounds blessed.
Yes, something.
And looking forward to you sharing that album with the world.
Thank you.
I really respect Smart Girl Club about empowerment of women.
Thank you.
That sounds a great thing to have set up.
Thank you. I started that 2013, and it was a very well-known underground radio show. And I grew up doing CB radio with my dad, hand radio, and we would big radio set up in our house since I was a little girl.
Seriously?
Yeah, with satellites on the roof.
Oh, wow.
He still does it.
Wow, congratulations.
Thank you. Well, that's a different type of radio distribution. This was like before social media. Like everybody did CB radio, not hand radio.
Yes.
It's like CB is with the full mic and the boxes and the it's like 48 channels, and you can go on different channels and you always find someone on there.
Yeah.
It's changed a lot though since I was a little girl.
Yeah.
It's really weird. It's like if like all YouTube commenters were on radio.
Yes.
It's like that.
Yes.
It's kind of weird.
Yes.
There's like a whole bunch of toxic men just like cursing at each other and not being very nice. Yeah.
Seriously.
I'm like, Dad, turn this off.
Yeah,
I'm
you don't need
over
that in your
this.
life. Yeah, yeah.
Oh, hell no.
Things have moved on. There's new opportunities in the radio game. Time to move on.
Yeah. Oh, I have my own radio show.
Oh, wow. Congratulations.
Thank you. It's called The Voices in My Head.
Right.
And I am a music curator and journalist.
Perfect.
And I make really great, I'm a music nerd. I love music. And I just love talking about it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Now, I heard that you only date crackles. Is that true?
It is true.
I thought so. I don't know where I read that. I don't know where I read that.
So this t-shirt.
Oh, sorry, there. I knew I'd read it. I thought it was on here.
T-shirt.
Sorry, Hassan. I thought you wrote it on here. Sorry. I was looking at my notes and I read that. Sorry.
Everyone's on crack.
Oh, sorry. Everyone's on crack.
Smoking the glass D. Okay? Hello. Goodbye. It works
I was
if
going to
you
ask your
work
friends
it.
if they got any crack, to be honest, before they left. Because they all look as high as fuck to me.
None of them are. I
Seriously,
am.
No, they look fiends.
No, they're all
They do
babies.
look like fiends.
No.
Check the equipment for
No, we're the NA crew,
Count the
and this is
microphones, Hassan, and
this
the
is the
headphones.
convent that's trying to help
Is
us
it?
out.
They need saving, baby. Once the convent needs saving, you're fucked. In a convent, there's meant to be virgins, and those girls do not qualify.
From Village Town, which is one of the surviving stores in St. Mark's Place on the Lower East Side.
What happened?
It's like a place where all the punks and all the goths used to shop, and it's the only store that still exists. So I bought it from there recently.
Perfect. And that used to be King's Road over here, man. And that's where Vivian Westwood started.
Yeah.
Back in the days of the punk
The Camden feel, right?
Exactly.
I know.
Rock stars
I know
and crack
those
addicts.
stuff. It's heroin chic.
Yeah.
I'm about to go do a rail with Kate Moss right now. You wanna come?
Are you serious?
Yes, let's go.
You are out
Pete
there.
Doherty's gonna make a cameo.
You
You've
are
met
just
your
living
match.
life, but
I think
you
you've
would
met
like-
your
you-
pop culture match.
Yo, I am so far behind. I'm just old school hip hop, baby. I'm just struggling to keep up. These tight clothes are new to me.
So you want to go to a rave?
Seriously. Well, baby, I want to salute you, and I really respect you out there doing you, girl, and I respect that, and it's emotional music.
Thank you.
And we really feel what you're doing, though.
Thank you. I really appreciate it.
Yeah,
I
man.
appreciate it.
Much love, yeah?
Thank you, my love.
Tim Westwood TV.